How long's this gonna take? I got things to do.
Yeah, man, ain't we supposed to be going like somewhere special?
This is special.
There's nothing here that concerns us.
Okay, hold on. Give me 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll show you what goes on in this building is more real for your life and mine than anything I ever did on Battle of the Seasons or Real World.
Okay.
Come on, Corolla, let's go.
The clock's ticking. This better not be a waste of my time.
Looks like an old marble palace to me.
It's not a palace. We don't have kings and queens in this country.
No, it was built for the people. It's kind of a symbol of democracy in the States.
Man, this looks like a big castle where like important cats make laws that nobody really agrees.
You guys are blowing me away.
Why?
Well, just bringing you near this building sets off all the stuff in you. I mean, where do you get it? Where's your trust in the basics of the American way of life?
Trust? You expect us to trust, especially the people who run for office?
Yeah, my dad's normally a pretty cool guy, but when it comes to voting, he gets really ticked off.
And why do you think that is?
Because the people he votes for end up compromising or selling out. That's why.
It's a joke. Our ideas don't count to the people inside here. We're too little to matter.
Testify, sister.
Okay, you guys have made your point. Now, let me make mine.
Clock's still ticking.
First, take a look around here. How would one of you like to be president?
Yeah, I say it's about time we had a woman president.
Sounds good, but it just ain't me though.
Having a limo would be cool.
I respect our presidents, but they're not us, or even like us.
I know it was a long time ago, but they led us with an idea. The idea that we all matter.
Any one of us could be calling the shots, and that's why I'm interested. If we want a better place, we have to know how our government works, because what happens here affects everything we do, every day.
Yeah, but I can't seem to connect with the way things are done here.
How do you know? Let's go into the House chamber and I'll show you.
Are you sure we're allowed in here?
It feels like we should be respectful in here.
Actually, this place is used to a lot of noise. Lots of debate goes on in here, and sometimes it's actually pretty loud and angry.
Oh man, it ain't nothing but a bunch of old people arguing.
Have you ever listened to it? Actually, debate is part of what representative democracy is all about.
Representative democracy.
Heavy words, man.
It's what we call our system of government. In our system, everyone, including you when you're 18, has the chance to elect individuals to represent us in places like this. The purpose of Congress in Washington, D.C., and the legislators in our 50 state capitals is to make sure that our ideas are heard. Right now, we're standing in a chamber that's called the House of Representatives.
The U.S. Congress has a House of Representatives.
That's right. 49 of the 50 states have a House of Representatives, although in a few states, it's called an assembly. Congress in all 50 states have another chamber, and that's called the Senate. Bill, you're up in the speaker's chair. You know, the leader of the House. Derek, you're standing where the clerk sits and the staff. Out here are the desks where the representatives sit. And up there is the gallery where the public can watch. Each of these seats here in our state capitol is filled by someone elected to represent people from different districts throughout the state. In Congress, people come from all over the country. People like you and me.
No, not like us. I seen them on the news channel, and all they ever do is argue and bicker. At least we can agree on things.
Really? Let's bring in some of your friends and see how true that is.
How are you gonna bring in my friends?
Easy.
Okay.
Hi guys, we're doing a little tour here of the House of Representatives, and my friends have had a few pointed questions about what goes on here.
Like what?
Like why the people who sit in here can never agree on anything.
Yeah, we can agree on stuff, so why can't the politicians?
Okay, for today, you all are going to play elected officials, and we're going to resolve this the same way they do, by voting on what they call a bill. Now let's try something. In front of each member is a red and green button. Corolla, propose the same statement you made earlier about how you guys usually agree on things.
Okay, so I say we usually agree on things.
When the clerk opens the voting board, if you agree with Corolla's statement, push the green button for yes, press the red button for no. Vote by pressing either button now, and look at the board and see how the votes are tallied. I voted no, and here's why. Watch the scene from Road Rules that shows some young people like you trying to agree on how to carry out a mission.
Throw out your rules. These are road rules. So at 4 o'clock tomorrow, we have a snowbox derby race, and I need you guys to help me out and build the snowbox derby for me because I don't have time.
The biggest problem will be, that we agree on how we're gonna build it, the 5 of us, because that seems very complicated sometimes. I have a slight idea. We take this, put on skis, and dress up like we eat dinner, and go down. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
They don't dig it.
You don't like it?
They don't dig it.
I think we should discuss it.
Thank you. You don't like the idea?
I don't know, I just think we should build something from scratch.
We didn't actually sit down and thought about something together. So I was the only one who thought this idea was not so good. You can go on and do whatever you want.
Well, then
We were doing whatever we wanted until you spoke up.
Can I say my opinion? Thank you.
Iffy,
What?
you have to understand that when the 4 of us have an idea that we, kind of like, and you say in a pretty negative tone that I don't like this idea, I think we should do something else, and not coming up with any good ideas. At least I think it's a negative way of,
But I said,
showing
Timmy
your
asked me
opinion.
if I have.
I think you made everyone uncomfortable.
Well, as I said before, I have to put up with you. So I guess you have to put up with me.
Walk away.
we're gonna build a picnic table with skis on it. What do you think?
Do you like this idea?
Huh?
I had to run off and do some errand with Timmy. And when I came back, Effie was, on her hands and knees sweating, pounding nails into this picnic table idea that she didn't want to take part in.
It was interesting to see that in the end, Effie did more work than Devin on the snowbox. It's okay to argue and stuff. It's okay. It's natural.
I think it was very important for us to see that what we did is going to work. It turned out to be good.
After seeing that, let's vote again and see if any of you changed your mind. Propose your same statement, Corolla.
I say we usually agree on things.
If you say yes to Corolla's bill, press the green button. If you say no, press the red button. It's the same in here. Elected representatives have different ideas on a given statement or bill. They debate and listen to arguments. The video you saw was an argument, and it changed some minds on the vote. We don't often agree, so how can we expect it of our legislators? They come from different towns and different areas, with different needs and different people.
But how can any representatives make a difference when their special interests just get in the way?
The only thing that talks in this country is money from special interests.
My parents say politics are a waste of time. I mean, politicians only cater to special interests anyway.
Before you decide on that one, picture this. It seems odd to you that you can drive to school, but aren't allowed to leave during the day when out of class. You take your case for an open campus rule to school administrators, who cite an old policy as reasons for no one being allowed to leave campus. Would they feel the same way if you went to them with a delegation of fellow classmates, heard support from a parent group, the Chamber of Commerce, or other special interests who may support you? As the issue is considered, you may bet that voices representing other views, such as the police or local neighborhood groups, will weigh in with their opposition. In the end, school administrators will have to listen to everyone's special interest and concerns in order to reach a fair and final decision. So how about the effects of special interest in your life, in your school?
Nah, that's different.
Is it?
Actually, something like this really happened at our high school.
And what did you do?
Well, I convinced my mom and dad leaving campus was okay, and some of us worked on a couple of teachers who were against it.
You lobbied your special interest. It's the same here. If you have an idea on some issue in your community, you find someone to take your idea to your representative. You join forces with people who have the same idea. You may or may not win, but your voice will be heard. See what I'm saying?
So, how did things turn out at your school?
Well, everyone was heard from, just like we saw in that story, but it ended up a compromise.
We could leave school for lunch, but we still had to stay within 2 blocks of the school.
So what about compromise?
Another word for cop-out.
Or sellout?
I don't think so. After being on Battle of the Seasons, I learned that compromise is a way of solving problems. Check this out. I'm nervous about going into this final competition. I see that Road Rules is stronger, faster, fitter than the real world team. I've got a wife, a child, a baby on the way. I've got debt. I can't go home empty-handed here.
Where are we going?
Right here.
This spot. Are you ready? All right,
Now green all the way over there.
we gotta get the brown one on top of the blue one. So we gotta get the brown one out though. Wait, hold on. Give me the orange one over the far right.
Oh, no. Let's go back here. Come on.
Put this one over here.
We're all so frustrated at this point. We're yelling at each other, and we just cannot figure it out.
We are so far behind, but there's no way that our team has given up.
Keep it moving, keep it moving. We're assuming that by the time we get around to the game, they're probably going to be almost finished.
I got it.
There's this glimmer of hope, and all of a sudden you realize that it's not over yet.
We have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Can we start over?
It's a bloody mess.
The way we work on this final mission is what we've been talking about for this whole competition. 6 brains working together as one versus Road Rules, who are individually thinking on their own and fighting and bickering, trying to figure out how to do it. We're sitting there together going, okay, we're a team, we're a group, let's figure this out together.
Bring this one on top of that one. And then move that brown one over here.
It's like, and then it's done.
Run!
We're done!
Go, go, go!
Compromising can be tough. Can you think of an example in your life?
Yeah, when we're watching TV, whoever has the remote has the power. The only way to come to an agreement is by compromising. I'll watch some of your show if you'll watch some of mine.
And sometimes compromising is the only way our representatives come to an agreement.
I don't know. I'm just not really sure that the people who sit here really represent me or my voice.
They do, in a way. Picture this. You and your friends are tired of the usual cafeteria food and have heard that nearby schools are serving meals from some of your favorite fast food restaurants. You take the idea of an alternative food service to your school principal, who turns you down. You can't help but wonder, where's my voice? You tell a friend on the student council, who surprises you with information that they're already looking into this. There are a few problems, however. Contracts with school food workers, state nutrition standards, and other considerations that you hadn't even thought about. They invite you to help by getting parents to go along with the new plan. You may not be sure of the outcome, but you're happy to know that your voice is being heard. It's the same in here. You might not think you're represented, but you are.
Yeah, we are. If we take the time to join forces with a group that fights for what we believe in. Is that what you're saying?
You got it.
We might not win, but our voices will be heard.
Right. And the other very real way our voices are heard is by voting as soon as you're old enough. Voting is the most important thing we do to protect our democracy. Remember that scene in Star Wars 2 where someone says, "The day we stop believing in democracy is the day we lose it."
I can't see how that affects things much.
Then watch this. Everyone, stand up. In the last several presidential elections, only 3 out of 4 people who were eligible to vote registered. In other words, signed up to do it. Of those, only 2/3 actually cast a vote. So about half these people made the decision for the rest of the country. The majority wins in an election, right? That means if the election is really close, you have a situation where only 26 people out of 100 cast votes for the winning candidate.
Hey man, where'd all the people go?
Good question. Now you see the problem?
Some people never show up for their country.
So you see how important it is to be involved in this process? Because your ideas count.
I don't even know who my elected official is. Maybe I should find out.
There you go.
Find out what they're doing.
Take the time and do it. And speaking of time, you did it, man.
So let's take one more vote here.
On what?
I propose, my friends, we eat. Who says I?
Let's go. You guys are awesome.